Hi guys, it's Joe Tommaso from the 15 Minutes With podcast. Our show is geared toward helping to keep not only teens but people in general out of our jails and prisons. Our show is unique in the fact that we use real inmates throughout the country and they explain not only about the cases that caused their incarceration, but why it's so important for people to stay out of prison and remain free. Speaking of free, have you heard about the newest and best way to put your podcast out there for the world to hear? Let me tell you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to produce and distribute your ideas, your podcast, and the best part, it's free. There's even a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will even distribute your podcast for you so people can hear it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other listening platforms. You can even make money from your podcast, and there are no minimal amount of listeners required. Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So what are you waiting for? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get started.
Hey guys, it's Joe Tommaso from the podcast 15 Minutes With. In the year 2000, Adam Clausen was 24 years old. He was immature. He was addicted to both drugs and alcohol. He was also hanging around with the wrong kind of people. His whole life at that time was a recipe for disaster. In 2.5 weeks, disaster would indeed find Adam as he and some friends committed a string of robberies. When he was arrested, Adam thought he would work his way through the criminal justice system. No one was injured or beaten or hurt. Surely he'd be treated fairly. He wanted to tell his story, so he exercised his right to a trial. What happened next astounded everyone, including the sentencing judge. The charges and the time Adam was sentenced to were stacked against him, one right on top of the other. And although the judge did not want to do this to Adam, this bright and articulate young man was sentenced to 213 years. Let that sink in for a minute. 213 years, more than double a human being's natural lifetime. People who have committed murder or manslaughter have been sentenced to less time on the inside than this. Fast forward to today. 2019 is almost over and Adam Clausen still sits in prison. He is and has been a model inmate. His institutional file is blemish-free, where other individuals facing Adam Clausen's sentences would have said, why bother, or screw this, and had that type of mentality. Adam Clausen has participated in and completed well over 100 Federal Bureau of Prison training programs. He teaches and mentors new inmates and helps them adjust to institutional life. He works with inmates who are set to be released into the free world, and he does this with strength and compassion. Adam Clausen received this massive and unreasonable sentence not because he deserved it, but because of mandatory sentence stacking laws that no longer exist because Congress, our lawmakers, have found these laws to be unfair. No one is saying that Adam Clausen did not deserve to be sentenced to prison, and that includes Adam Clausen. However, most prisoners sentenced for robberies far worse than Adam Clausen's receive an average of 10 to 25 years, not over 2 centuries. It is time for Adam Clausen to come home. Don't think that just because he's freed, Adam will be stopping his good works either. When released, Adam has already secured employment helping ex-offenders successfully re-enter society, and he will be assisting his fiancée, Ro, in helping other offenders and ex-offenders and their families and loved ones through a non-profit organization called Strong Prison Wives and Families. Adam has already been giving his input, advice, and his wisdom to those who need him even while he's been incarcerated. For those listening to this story, Adam can use your help. Ro can use your help as well. Please visit the website bit.ly/Adam Clausen. That's bit.ly/ADAMCLAUSEN and sign the petition asking President Trump for clemency. You can also visit Clausen or Strong Prison Wives on YouTube. You can get more information on Adam as well as learn how life on the inside affects not only those serving time, but their families and their loved ones that are on the outside.